Hello, hello, everybody. What a beautiful Saturday evening we have upon us, and welcome to the Aegis Invitational. So, I am Crow, and if my cohort would like to introduce himself, he can do so at such a moment.
How's everybody doing? My name is Ivar. I'm very excited to get this event underway. We're going to give you guys a little bit of a preview of some of the teams that are going to be competing over the weekend.
Yes, sir. We're going to get these loaded up real fast so we know all the teams that are going to be duking it out for the bragging rights for this weekend over today and tomorrow. We have eight wonderful teams for us right now. On this, starting from the top, we have Glaive Esports Prime, uh, a very good powerhouse contender, I would say, for this tournament. Starting in the top lane of the rosters, we do have
So DMR in the top
yes,
lane, jungle Zadox, mid lane is Ego, ADC is Syndilion. Sorry if I messed that up, and support is Ratchet. They're currently competing in a tier 2 event for Proving Grounds over at Risen. So definitely a strong roster, and excited to see how they do against the other teams.
oh yeah, it's definitely a strong roster indeed. I have casted a few of the games recently, and they're strong showings. Love to play scrappy style, Syndilion, amazing marksman, and definitely one of the top ones I do believe will perform quite admirably in this tournament. And going on to the next team here.
Yeah, this should be our second seed, which is Mercenaries. Um, I believe they are set to compete in UPL, but they're definitely a strong roster as well. If you want to go through the players here quickly.
Yeah, of course. In the top lane, we have Barrack, and the roaming through the jungle, we have Rourke. Mid lane is Cinnamon. Pulling up in the marksman role, we have Zix, and then on support, Toast.
Yeah. Um, Second seed, they're going to be taking on the seventh seed, I believe. Um, Definitely a strong roster. Definitely a strong contender to make it to the that best of five finals tomorrow. So excited to see how they do.
Oh, for sure. One of the ones to watch. Expected to get all the way to our finals on Sunday night. If we are going to be talking about another strong team, that we're going to be going to our third seed here, which is going to be Urgottem
Yeah,
Evolved. Yes,
Urgottem
sir.
Evolved. They're actually going to be on the stream today for our first best of three. Um, a fairly new work, but they definitely have some notable players on their roster that we've seen previously in amateur. So I'm excited to see how they perform as well.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just running it down the roster real quick. Shang Lu in the top lane. We have Yanni running through the jungle. Nine in mid lane holding it down with the strong players. And we do have Callum and Cleve holding in that bot lane and support role. And yeah, we were saying they are a newer team coming together, but we have seen these players playing through the amateur scene pretty amicably and putting up good results. Now, all of them together, this is sort of a super team of sorts, you would think. And yes, they will be on our first featured matchup of the day. Now we're going to go on to our fourth seed.
Should be our Nightless Esports. Um, Super solid roster. They're coming off their UML victory for the spring 2021 split.
Yes, sir.
Just uh, ended a couple of weeks ago, I believe, early June, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, yeah. Nightless, these are the boys. I hold them near and dear to my heart. I casted that league the entirety of their season, and they only came in second in the regular season, only dropping their first series. And then the entirety of the tournament, of the playoffs, just completely swept it through, got that 3-0 victory. And they actually have a first round bye in this case, as their opponents. We did have the Akuma Blades drop out, unfortunately. So Nightless will be going on to the first round
Um,
of playoffs. No skin
w
off their backs. Yeah.
yeah, they'll be going on to semifinals, just like you mentioned. And unfortunately, if we want to go to the next roster, it's Akuma Blades. They were the fifth seed, but due to some scheduling conflicts, they had to drop out. But definitely some notable players here that we know for quite some time: Hacksmith, Fluke, Keyboarder. Um, Great group of guys. Hopefully, they're able to compete in some of our events moving forward. But unfortunately for this weekend, they had to drop out.
Yeah, unfortunate indeed, as they were strong. roster, and I was really looking forward to that Nightless versus Akuma rematch round number three, as these two teams have played each other quite often and really have good games against each other that we'd love to watch. We are going to go on to the sixth seed, though, and will be the second team in our featured match for this first round, and that is
Yeah,
Mad City Wildcard.
yeah. Another mainstay organization within the higher echelon of amateur of League of Legends amateur. They're well decorated org through numerous leagues, through Upsurge, Focus, Phoenix Rising. So they definitely know what they're doing, and there's some notable players on the roster that have been part of their org for some time now.
Yeah, absolutely. Mad City, they run wild, as their team's name suggests. Axum in the top lane, Javi in the jungle, Raskin in the mid lane, Nutty Bars, and 35701 run out of this bot lane. And they're one of those other teams we want to watch. Very strong contenders coming into this invitational. Excited to see this first matchup between them and Urgottem. But we do have two more teams to talk about. So we'll go on to the next team in the number seven slot.
Yeah, this should be Gang 7 Mirage.
Yes, yes, gang seven Mirage, a very rascally group of players. We do have Mask Off in the Turtle coming in jungle, Steel City mid lane, Slurps and Havoc rounding off that bot lane duo of marksman and support. Really excited to see how they're going to do out against Mercenaries in their first matchup. So, not a lot of info on my end about this team, but what
Yeah.
about you, sir?
Yeah, they've been playing S5 for about 1 to 2 years now.
Mm.
They've went around through different organizations, some organizations that are competing in in this invitational actually. I believe at some point they were doing a stint with Mad City. They did a stint with Akuma, I believe, or maybe they were there for a little bit, but they've kept that Mirage moniker. So they're definitely a solid roster that has been competing at like that Risen Divine level, that GM level for some time now. So excited to see them back as five under their original name of Gang 7 Mirage.
All right, cool, cool. Glad to have them here. The veteran presence. Let's see how they do up against a lot of these new upstarts. So the final team in this invitational, as we're going to go over to, will be Wayne State University. We do have Costilia in the top lane, Plague in the jungle, Jome in the mid lane, Empty, and King Groli in the bot lane duo of marksman and support. So what can you say about this team and how will they fare up against the rest of the teams of the pack?
It's our only university that's competing in the Invitational this weekend, so I'm kind of interested to see what kind of resources that universities have that normal teams might not have, and see what they can pull off because they are seeded eighth, but they definitely have a lot of resources at their disposal through their university, so they might shock some people and maybe pick up some unexpected games off of the first seed of
Plague, yeah.
Glaive Prime, right?
Yeah,
Glaive
Glaive Prime. Yeah, they're going up against a good powerhouse in that first matchup. And yeah, like you're saying, these collegiate teams do have a better infrastructure and better sort of backbone behind them than some of these amateur teams as far as like coaching staff and etc. So we will have to see if that will play into their strengths and give them any advantage coming into this tournament. Um, so that is all of our teams here competing today. Like we were talking about, the featured matchup for this first stream is going to be Urgottem Evolved versus Mad City.
Yeah, I'm excited to get that underway. I believe we might have draft prepped already. I'm not too sure here. Give us one moment. Yeah. Yeah, so I think it looks like we're gonna be cutting it to a quick break actually here. So just bear with us. We're just getting everybody set up for draft, and we'll be back in a couple minutes for game one between Urgottem Evolved taking on Mad City Wildcards. All right, folks. Looks like we're back. Crow, you with me?
Yes, I am with you, Ivar.
Yes, and we are into pick band for the first game here. We have our Gotham Evolved on the blue side and Mad City Wildcard on the red side.
I am so excited. Yes, we are into draft here, and it's looking like it's going to be a pretty spicy one. Some notable bands that if we want to talk about, the meta how it's evolved right now, it's no longer the Udyr, Hecarim, charge at you meta of old. A lot of those Kim Tank junglers have fallen by the wayside. Now the new flavor of the month is a lot of AP junglers and high damage junglers coming out. We did have that flash in the pan glimpse of Morgana for a bit, but she's kind of been nerfed back down. Rumble, however, is still large and in charge, and we'll have to see if teams want to use that as a priority. I do know a lot of the flavor of the month is triple melee with dual range of some sort. We'll have to see if that comes into play at all. What are you expecting from the draft?
So I don't know too much about these teams, but I'm expecting a little bit more towards that triple melee style that you mentioned of maybe like a set mid, renekton mid. We've seen a lot of that in pro play and some of higher level amateur. I just wanted to point out that Urgottem is e-subbing their mid laner in here. That's why they did 2 no ban there.
Yeah.
And the first pick is this Karma, and they're going through this quick.
Oh yeah, they are. They're popping them off. Alrighty. Yeah, so we have the Karma Volibear Lucian pickup on the side of Urgottem, and then we do have the Aatrox, Xin Zhao, and Victor picked up for Mad City. All right, yeah, this is a scrappy looking first game already, man.
Yeah, I definitely like the Xin Zhao. Super strong pick right now. You have a different build paths that you can go. I know some European players have been going that tank Xin Zhao with the, especially on the red side, going from red to Krugs in the jungle.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously, the lethality Eclipse build, and then there's also the Gore Drinker Starix build. So super strong jungler right now, and same with the volley. A lot of versatility with that Sunder.
Yeah, I've been wondering for the bot lane for Mad City. Oh man, they answered my question as soon as I said it. They're going for the Ezreal Seraphine. So I haven't seen a lot of Seraphine recently. I do know she got a few buffs in the last few patches, just minor things here and there. So that's a really good team fighting ability that's going to add to Mad City on this wildcard team. You have the Aatrox and the Xin Zhao going in, wreaking havoc as much as they can, but the amount of space and area they're able to control with this Victor, Ezreal, and Seraphine lineup, that's just like, oh man, that's going to be fun to deal with. On the flip side, though, got him the good old Callista Alistar, one of my favorite duos to play against or play with, because the amount of engage you have is just so immense, with Ali going in doing what he does best and having that safety net of the Callista ultimate, which can also be used to trigger another engage.
Yeah. It's kind of like that triple melee we were talking about, but not really. It's that double melee with that enchanter, with the Karma in the top lane, that's going to be able to keep these double marksmen safe, and provide a front line for them to be able to DPS through these fights. But like you mentioned, on the contrary, the side of Mad City has a lot of that zone control. So I'm very excited to see how these team fights evolve as the game goes on. Specifically the bot lane, I feel like the Ezreal and Seraphine can really punish this Alistar early.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard time to get any sort of Relic Shield proc off, because you have not only the Poke King in Ezreal, but you have the meme queen herself, Seraphine, throwing out all the chords and jabs at you. And like the 5v5 on the side of Mad City is just like so terrifying to think of but you have the maneuverability that Urgottem has, the Karma Shields, Enchanted Mantra, Enchanted Shields, speeding up everybody. And if you get a fast Volibear, that's always scary seeing running at you, because, he does have that CC reduction on his charge when he does first use it up. So him already sped up, plus another speed up. It's just like, I will say that is the only tank or front line of it that you're really going to have. Yeah, Alistar has his ultimate, but that's a far cry from what it used to be on how tanky he could get. So it's really going to be up to the jungler on the side of Urgottem to play these fights as close to the best as he can,
Yeah, I definitely want to point out, once the Alistar and once this Volibear do go in, they have to fully commit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Alistar will be able to, get pulled out with that Callista ultimate, but once they're in, it's going to be really hard for them to go out. And the side of Mad City has a pretty solid disengage composition here with the Victor, Ezreal, Seraphine, even with the Xin Zhao ultimate to be able to push members away. So if they're able to survive that initial engage that'll come out from Urgottem, these team fights will look heavily favored towards Mad City. On the contrary, if Urgottem's able to, get snowballing and be able to, play proactive where they're ahead and they're able to make these plays, then Urgottem will be in the driver's seat for most of the game.
Oh, absolutely. And yeah, we're looking at how Javi on this Xin Zhao is going to be running around the map and doing that early side because, we were talking about red side advantage of Xin Zhao over blue side. The early ganks from Xin Zhao, it's definitely doable. Yeah, it is against Illusion. Might more than likely take Relentless Pursuits level 2, but it's still very much doable with the CC inherent that you have on the Victor. We were talking about it though, the committal, the factor that Urgottem is going to have it's pretty scary if you think about it. You're having to run like Alistar Volley into Seraphine Victor, who has so much zoning against you with the gravity field, with the Chaos Storm, and with Seraphine's abilities herself. It's just when these tanks go in, they really gotta go in. You know what I'm saying? So we'll have to see how Urgottem's going to be able to play into Mad City and which of these crappy teams is going to come out with a victory. I believe we're going to send it to a quick break as these teams load into the Rift, and when we come back, we'll have game one between Mad City Wildcard and Urgottem Evolved. Y'all stay right here. All right, and here we go, everybody. Game one underway. I'm so excited. This is
Yeah,
gonna be
I'm
great.
super
Ivar, how you
excited.
feeling?
I'm excited, like you mentioned. First game of Aegis, first game of the Aegis Invitational as well. So it's going to be super hyped for us. Nothing too crazy in this level one. We're just seeing a standard 5 point coming out.
Yeah, just a standard, gonna get some wards, some vision down, nothing too crazy. I don't think either one of these teams really want to opt into the level one fights. Well, more so, Urgottem doesn't want to opt into these level one fights because they would definitely not go their way with the amount of poke and long range damage that Mad City would be able to pump out. But yeah, we do see 35701 hovering that mid lane next to Raskin. So it's going to be interesting. And I doubt anyone's going to pull anything tricky, but you never know with these teams, right?
Yeah. I think it's the first game. They might try to get a feel for each other before they go for anything too spicy. But like I mentioned in Champs, like we're seeing this red start on the red side coming out from Xin Zhao. It's something a lot of higher level players started doing. Red into Krugs. It's actually a faster clear. So I'm kind of happy that I was able to point that out. But uh, we're going to see both junglers pathing towards bottom.
Yeah, both junglers probably going to go for that bottom pathing, maybe stop by in mid, as there is some early aggression. We were talking about it, the amount of poke and range advantage that Mad City would have with Nutty Bars and 35701 on this Ezreal Seraphine. And you can see Callum just taking a massive beating from these ranges. The cheeky emote coming out, going to get some damage back in. 701 is still squishy on the Seraphine, definitely squishier than Rui would be on the Alistars. We see some good early trading coming out in the mid lane, as one does on Illusion. Like that's just his power output. Nine, our Regent rather, really honing in on that early game aggression that Lucian is known to do.
Yeah, Lucian definitely a powerhouse and lane dominant laner in that mid lane, and we're seeing then the game with a little bit of a CS lead growing. Nothing too crazy, but more importantly, we do see both the potions from this Victor being expended here from the poke and damage that's coming out from this Lucian.
Yeah, it's already got to pop the potions. Got to not go back to base because you don't want to lose any CS in this matchup. So he's gonna have to bite the bullet, and Raisinkin is just gonna have to muscle up and do what he can. Maybe go back by another ring, as you do see double rings on mage champs, just to help them with some more sustain mana wise. Give a little more damage in so they can keep up with the auto attacks that these mid lane marksmen are able to do. But speaking of aggression, yellow,
First
yellow,
blood.
first blood, the bear smacking him down. Avi having to burn the flash in response, but Yanni getting that first blood. down. Yogi Bear says only can stop forest fires, but Volibear says I will get first blood every time. So that is Urgottem on the board with that first blood, and we do have an engage going in as Sai just gonna combo in, taking a beating on the way out. That's going to be that nature of that trade that we were talking about. Alistar can go in, get if he gets a good CC combo, if he doesn't get the arcane shift out of Nutty Bars over here. Instead, it's just like they're going to get blasted on the way back out each and every time.
Yeah, and I really want to point out here, the early fake leash or delayed show on lane coming out from the Kalista and Alistar kind of made that whole first blood possible. As we see some fighting in the top lane here. Nothing too crazy. But to point out, like they gave up that early level 2 by showing late in the bot lane, kind of indicating that they leashed. So the Javi on the Xin Zhao here did not know that Volibear started topside. So he wasn't expecting Volibear to contest for that scuttle as it was spawning, and he ran into Volibear. And if Volibear is able to get that jump on you, it's going to be very deadly. And that's what we saw here with that first blood coming out to Gotham.
Yeah, definitely. And Yanni skipping the Raptors to go for that, just because he knew he already had the double buffs and he was predicting because they are on red side. I'm gonna assume he already knows how the Xin Zhao pathing goes. So the Xin Zhao having to go bot side and Yanni already being ahead of him with the buffs, allowing him for that to get that first blood, allowing him to get that first skirmish that he knew would go into favor because unfortunately Xin Zhao was not gonna outduel Volibear level 3 to level 2, So good for Urgottem to get that, and Mad City responding kindly. They're looking pretty still taking a little bit cautious, but Urgottem definitely have picked up the tempo a bit as they will take this first dragon for themselves. No contest coming out on the side of Mad City.
Yeah. Um, they're able to pick up that first Ocean Drag. It's going to be Infernal Drag next, which is indicating Mountain Soul or Cloud Soul. I think Mountain Soul will be really good for both teams actually here.
Yeah,
Clouds, yeah. Cloud Soul also actually not too bad now that I think about it with Karma for these mantras, Seraphine ult. It definitely has value for both teams, but we'll see what happens as the game goes on. Some trading in the mid lane here.
yeah, trading in the mid lane. It does look like Razenkin actually opted for a cloth armor on his first back as opposed to another offensive item, which is good. Mitigate some of that damage coming out from Regent, as we do have a gank coming in from bot lane. Javi not going to land if the wind becomes lightning. Unfortunately, doesn't get that extra slow, so we get the audacious charge off. But just dissuading them, pushing back Callum because he is playing pretty brave. The Chaos Storm on top of the Gravity Well, though. This might be Razenkin getting the first blood. Flash for flash. Oh, wow, that was a close dance if I've ever seen one. Somehow Regent able to get out of there without losing his life. Same for Razenkin, but that was an extremely close game. Close fight, as we do have, yep, there it is. The wind becomes lightning coming in, the charge down. Desu will get out of there, but Callum gets exhausted as he jumps in. He does flash out, they'll have that available. Desu gonna go down. There's a TP available. Well, what can we get off of this? Shang Lu is pasted off of that TP play, and he's running right into two. We do have a split in the mid lane. Racing Kid gonna go for an execute, and he will get the execute. No kill credit going over. On the flip side, nobody going down on the side of Mad City either. So Urgottem trying to make pretty aggressive plays all across the map and not being rewarded for it.
Yeah, we just see explosive fighting throughout the entire map. TP's being blown, executes coming out, and we only got one kill from all that. We saw a lot of summoners used, but only one kill coming out for the side of Mad City, and we're coming up on this 7.5 minute mark, and gold is dead even.
Yeah, gold dead even. Summoner spells about even with how much has been blown in those past two fights. This is a scrappy first game like we were thinking, as we do have Sai and Yellow going over the blast cone, charging right in, combo stunned up, done up. And there's the ultimate. Shang Lu there in time, gets the mantra Q, gets the kill credit, and that is just the Bash Brothers rotation. You know it. You see the Volibear, you see the Alistar. Very low chance of you getting out of that combo CC.
Yeah, they completely rotate up from spawn there. Catch acts him off guard a little bit, and he gets deleted there, and that kill going to be going over to Shanglu on this Karma. Really going to help him get some of these item components that are very crucial for Karma towards that Shrelia, towards that Chemtech Purifier. Already has that Oblivion Orb there for the for the healing reduction. So that's definitely a good itemization choice against the Aatrox.
Right, not just against the Aatrox, but as the team as a whole, because you know you do have Seraphine going to be healing up as much as you can. We do have Regen once again trading ultimate for ultimate, and once again Regen getting out of there as Callum with a great rotation timing will come over and claim the kill credit for himself. Just this double marksman composition seeming to work out wonders for Urgottem right now, as we do have everybody on the team from Mad City rotating over to this mid lane just to try to get this wave off, try to stave off some of this aggression. Johnny, he's going to go ahead and take Rift Herald up in the top lane, top side for his troubles. No skin off his back.
Yeah, grabbing that Rift Herald. Um, who picked it up? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think it was Johnny.
Yeah, Yanni picks up that Rift Herald. It's definitely really strong on Volibear as he's past this level 6 mark. He's going to be able to, use that ultimate to disable a tower potentially on a dive, pick some kills up, then drop that Herald. We see some trading in the top lane, but nothing too crazy, just some normal fight patterns up here.
Yeah, just this traditional back and forth between melee and range. Sheng Lu being able to pick up that early Oblivion Orb is going to help him out tremendously in this lane, as we can negate some of that healing or reduce some of that healing rather against Axum on this Aatrox, so he doesn't get too far ahead in these trades. Opting in for the phase rush on the Karma, which you normally do see on the solo lane Karma rather than like an Airy or something, or Guardian or something where we would see it on the support, as the big dive coming out. Good combo from Sai, but it's too late to save Kala. But here comes Yanni.
Jesus.
Jumping in with the ultimate. Thunder Crash down, as he will take of life and get out with his own. A 1-for-1 trade in this bot lane fight. You would think, though, if that timing was just a little bit faster from Yanni, that could have been easily a 3-for-0 turn for Urgottem. But they will take the 1-for-1 trade, and Yanni on this Volibear is definitely coming alive and coming online to lead his team to victory in this first game.
Yeah. I really like the Seraphine mechanics coming out, using that Encore, flashing to reposition it to land that charm, picking up that kill, but great presence of mind and map awareness coming out from Yanni here to rotate down to help his bot lane, pick up a return kill. And like you mentioned, if he was a little bit earlier, they probably would have gotten a lot more and might have actually saved Callum there, but nonetheless, they do get that get that 1-for-1.
Shang, you don't want to be there. Shang, you don't want to be there. He has already burned the Mantrin-powered Q. There's the flash. He does have the shield to speed up and get out of there. But 35-701, being at the right place at the right time to just look for those gank potentials. And we were talking about his play in the bot lane just a moment ago. But yeah, he is definitely proficient on the Seraphine, and he already has the glass mirror and already has the lucidity boots, and is just immediately roaming. More so than you have seen Psydesu be able to do, as him and Callum are going to stick together, because that is, the nature of a Alistar Kalista. You don't really see them without each other, because Kalista is extremely too self-serving by herself. But 35-701 being able to roam around on this Seraphine to help out his team wherever they need to. Was it worth it?
I don't know. They lose the dragon. They lose first tower. A lot of plates going over. They don't even get the kill onto Shanglu up here in the top lane. So I'm going to say that it's not worth it for sure on that rotation. It was a good look, but the dragon timer was up, and that second dragon was picked up for the side of Urgottem. They immediately rotate bottom there with that Herald on Yanni, and they're able to pick up that first tower and kind of open up the gold lead a little bit here, coming up on 2.5k at 12 minutes.
Yeah, as we do see Shang Lu putting a beating on Axum right now, yes, he's ahead in CS, but the damage profile, if we could check the damage charts at the moment, Shang Lu definitely has a good solid amount more over Axum. And yeah, we're talking about, was it being worth it for 701 to try and rotate over to the top side to get a kill, but the timings were definitely off, and that just allowed Urgottem to balloon this lead that they have over Mad City. It's only a 2k lead at the moment, or 2.3k lead at the moment, but it's still significantly enough to show that Urgottem does have a good lead. And Regent, he's been infallible in this mid lane. The man he's just chilling, dodging around, doing his best Neo cosplay, and just dodging all the skill shots and dodging death. Like, he's absorbed a lot of punishment, and hasn't died yet, unlike Raisin Kid, who does have two kills, two deaths to his name. Is good flash coming on. Yanni leading the charge again. Ultimate. There's a stopwatch burn, but here's the thing: Javi's in the thick of it, gonna knock him away. He gets knocked over the side. Yanni, how tanky can he be? Tanky enough to take down 701. Can he get out though? The shield, Stormbreaker, Thunderbreaker coming down. Combo over the wall, coming out from side, and that's gonna be a double kill. 2 kill credits coming over. Callum flashing forward onto Raisinkin, who does not have the Chaos Storm ultimate. The laser is down. Not enough damage on Callum to get the kill. Little bit audacious as he will hop to get the CS, but not enough damage to get the kill back himself. Good quick 2 for 0 on the side. Urgottem might be a 3 for 0 nutty bar.
Nutty bar is a sticky situation there.
Oh man, yeah, he's got to get out of there. He does have good return damage as he does have the Sheen and Phage picked up. Callum he needs to get out of there, playing a bit too far up without his protection. Because we do have another 1v1 top lane just rotated on the bot lane. Keep the fight going, I guess.
Yeah. And like I mentioned in Champ Select here, the side of Urgottem, their comp is very straightforward in terms of you just engage and just put all your damage onto whoever you're engaging on. And if they're able to get this early lead like they have gotten over the last 14 minutes, their composition becomes significantly more potent in terms of not being able to be kited out or disengaged from. So they're on good track here. Sundra is almost being completed here for Volibear. Definitely probably has the gold on recall to pick that up. And Yanni's definitely looking like the person to kill for Mad City if they want to pick up some shutdown gold. But Yanni's picked up another objective on the map with this Herald. So far, 2 dragons, 2 heralds being picked up for the jungler and side of Urgottem.
Yeah, Yanni putting all the eggs in the Yanni basket right now. Got that 400 gold bounty. Got 2 dragons. Got 2 heralds. Captain Yanni Yellow. Everybody. Urgottem is definitely poised in the position to take this first game. If they keep up this pressure, and you're right. It is a very straightforward composition on what they need to do. Just run at them and kill them, and it's working very well so far with a 6-2 killed lead. You know, this 5,000 gold lead that Urgottem has, and it's gonna transition over very well. The next dragon is spawning in 45 seconds. Let's see if mAAd even want to try to set up around it and prevent Urgottem from getting that very scary 3-0 dragon lead.
Yeah, if they pick up this dragon, it's going to put them on that soul point. So it's going to be very scary, like you mentioned. But we do see some of these mythics getting completed here. Shield Bow coming out for Callista, Gale Force for this Lucian. We see the Shurelias in the top lane. We see the Sundra for the Volibear. And on the contrary, we do see Stridebreaker. This is the nerf Stridebreaker. Does not have that dash anymore. Does
Right.
still have that slow. So Aatrox is picking up this Stridebreaker. Gore Drinker going to be completed for Hobby here on the Zinzao.
This is great timing right here. I
Yeah,
love this.
phenomenal.
So they have to make the choice. So they're going to go ahead and go for the dragon. Yeah, Urgottem said, y'all can have that. We'll just take 2 of your towers. Interesting decisions being made here from Mad City, not even sitting back anyone to try to
Third
defend.
charge. They're going to get a third charge.
They're going to get a 3rd charge. You're right. Oh my God, Ivar. What, like, if you're in the comms right now, what are you saying to your team? Like, what are you doing to get them on track? As they are trying to corral them here into this red side jungle. Looking for a fight here. Good damage on the Shanglu. Ooh, the Seraphine ult goes wide. Oh, here goes a flash forward. Callum and... Oh no, that's a Chaos Storm on the backline taking out Callum and Shanglu, but all in the middle of the fight. Axum gets a kill on the Regent. Yanni is still strong, but he's not going to be able to take out 3 by himself. Sai looking for an engage. Perfect timing coming out of the stopwatch. And that's a 700 gold shutdown going into Axum. And that's a flash jump combo with that Q. And it looks like they need to pull him in. Yeah, they still have plenty of resources to go. That's a triple kill coming onto Axum. Maybe make it a quadra. They're going to chase him under? No, they're going to give that last kill going over the nutty bars. As, yeah, Urgottem, they're going to take 2 towers and get some more chunk damage on the other one, but Mad City's going to collect all the kills, a delayed ace, and get a bunch of shutdowns in the process.
Maxim just showed up for the first time in the team fight here and just put the team on his back, just plowing through everybody. The Seraphine ult even missed there, and it looked like Urgottem had a pretty flawless engage, but like you mentioned, that Chaos Storm was very crucial, was able to really chunk out the Callista, so she wasn't able to jump forward to DPS. Her shield bow was immediately procced from that burst damage coming out from the Victor, and then Aatrox was able to just run free through that team fight, picking up that triple kill and picking up that ace from Mad City, and just like that, the goal lead's cut from 5k to 2k.
Yeah, just like that indeed. Like the encore not landing, 7-1. Thought he blundered, but I guess it was that false sense of security that Urgottem had with that lead that they had accrued. So it was just the Chaos Storm placement from Razenkin onto Callum and Shanglu was amazing because, yeah, it did proc the shield bow for Callum, but Shanglu didn't have shield bow. So Shanglu gets taken out of the equation. You don't have that karma with the Shirelius to buff you guys up, get you even speedier than you already are. And it's the disjointed fight. We did have Axum go absolutely nuclear with the World Ender jumping in. Perfect timing on that, and it was just a quick cleanup as good timing on the ultimate for Javi. He's going to jump back in. He does have the backup, the ultimate coming out from the top side from Nutty Bars. Oh, you don't want to be corralled in here. It's just like shooting fish in a barrel, as we do have all of Bad City running
So
down.
close.
They are chasing. Here's a hasted up Cloud Rift empowered Axum, who does pop the World Ender once again. The cooldown is short on that one. Region going to try and fire some bullets back into the culling, going down, taking a lot of damage. Relentless Pursuit forward. Chunks actually out of the fight, but it is a man disadvantage on the side of Urgottem as Aegis are going to take their kills and they're going to disperse.
Two things I want to mention here. The most important thing is, like we talked in Jam Select, we talked about Urgottem's win cons. Mad City's win cons are pretty straightforward as well. You know, you just got to disengage in Urgottem's initial jump forward and engage from their two tanks, and once you do that, they just gonna poke at them as they leave. And like we said, Urgottem's Alistar and their Volibear are very committal. They have to go in, and once they're in, if nobody dies, they're gonna get bursted down like we saw there. And another thing I want to point out, Karma was not in that fight. If Karma was able to get there and provide some shielding with the Shirelias, it would have been a lot different. But she might have got there for a little bit to provide one Mantra E, but she was sectioned off, had to go around that mid lane tier 1 structure there through the blue side jungle of Urgottem, and was not able to, you know, continuously shield and empower her team, which led to another kill being given over to Mad City. And I don't want to say Mad City's in control, but they definitely cut back this goal lead and kind of leveled out the game.
Yeah, definitely suppress some of that aggression that Urgottem was putting out with their just run at you straightforward composition. And them being kited out does signal a little bit of worry as the game goes on longer. We are at that 20-minute mark. We do have multiple mythics completed across the board. Basically, everybody has their mythic item now that 701 does have that Moonstone. So it's just from here on out, it's how each team navigates these fights and these team fights. Like Mad City has the ability to kite around and maneuver around the team fights pretty effortlessly, as you were seeing in these past two fights. But Urgottem has that upfront raw damage potential that they can do. It's about finding the pick off, because I don't think that Urgottem wants to do these 5v5s. They want to take a 3v5. They want to take a 4v5. You know, they don't want all the pieces to be on the board for Mad City if Urgottem wants to succeed in these team fights.
Yeah. And it looks like the next objective, I mean, Baron is up. I don't know if anybody's going to go for this 20-minute Baron, but Dragon is spawning here in the next 20 seconds, and it doesn't look like either team is posturing for Vision. They're both posturing for Baron Vision, actually. So maybe I'll eat my words here, and we might see a 20 to 25-minute Baron dance coming out here.
Yeah, it does look like Urgottem was trying to go for the Baron bait because they can afford to give away another Cloud Drake. They're fine with their Ocean and Infernal. They're not showing any presence on the map, so you have to think they're going to try, and yeah, they are. So 3 members of Mad City are going to go for this Dragon, but they already know that Urgottem is definitely going for this. Yeah, the ward kill will confirm it. Axum and Razenkin are already in position to fight. We do have Sai over here trying to guard off. The ultimate comes out, they're turning off the Baron, they see a pick and they're going for it. Urgottem's coming in. Lasagna's will provide a lot of time for Razenkin as the Chaos Storm does do a good amount of damage chunking them out. But the re-engage from Mad City, we do have Axum. World Ender is ready for him to go. They're pushing them off as they're trying to get away, but the thing is, Urgottem can't get away. They're being chased on, they're being aggressed on. As Regent trying to run towards Yanni, they're running to the other base. They're not on their side. Can they turn this? As 4 are on them strong. The flash come out from Regent, dash in. Oh, the Encore is knocked away. Javi, you're supposed to knock him into the team. Regent trying to run for it. The exhaust will go down. He is slow majorly. The speed up flash. He's dodging. Look at the fancy footwork. He misses. The whip becomes lightning. Oh my god, Regent keep running. You have Yanni trying to body block for him. He's going to give his life in to make sure his marksman gets away. He can tank up a lot. He's running into 4 Nutty Bars. They finally take out Yanni, but on the flip side, Urgottem able to get a little bit on the map, just clear out some of these waves. No towers taken, unfortunately, but was that a lot of time wasted on the side of Mad City?
Yeah, 1 for 1 on the map, but a lot of time was wasted from Mad City, like you mentioned. And we do see this gold lead open, but Mad City's actually positioned to try to chunk down this mid-tier 2. They get half of it. Actually, they might be able to get
Are
the
we
whole
gonna
thing. They
get it?
are. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Bit of a blunder on the side of Urgottem because Matt City should not have been able to get that so easily. Yeah, they were down Yanni, but I do believe the rest of the team were perfectly able to post up a defense. Just back timings miscommunicated, what have you. And it looks like Matt City is going to try and go for more as they pressure on this bot side. They do have two members there. We do see Axum going to go ahead and back. But that Baron stoppage, that chase, was kind of disjointed in my opinion. What are you thinking on that one, Ivar?
Yeah, they definitely overextended. I don't want to call it an overextend, but they definitely went for the chase through the entire map. They did get rewarded with a kill, but it looks like the side of Urgottem starting up this Baron again.
Oh, what is this? Yes, they're starting it up again. Shenglu going to TP directly into the pit. It's about at half. Aegis Esports Invitational Day 1 has some exciting action off the start. Urgottem, they're still sticking on the Baron. There's the flash pulver. His headbutt combo pushes in Razorkin. There's no Chaos Storm. And here comes the jump down. Yanni jumping into 3. Perfect pulverize. Oh my god. Sai Desu playing like a man possessed right now, getting all the scores for his team as we have Mad City trying to kite back. Mad City trying to Sai over the wall, gets 3-man pulverize. Here comes the cleanup. Shanglu takes out Hobby. There's a flash forward for Callum. He's unafraid and unadulterated action. Hero superstar gets a shut down onto Nutty Bars. It's going to be a double kill going over to Shanglu. And Urgottem, they want this Baron that badly. They said, you know what? We're going to take it. Mad City gets ace. No chance for a steal. No chance for this Baron not going into the hands of Urgottem.
Yes, Idesu just smurfed that fight. Beautiful two beautiful 3-man pulverizes coming out, headbutt pulverizes coming out from this Alistar, really putting the team on his back in that team fight. That was a 3-man encore actually coming out from 35701, but it didn't matter because Razorkin was completely deleted and there was no damage to follow it up. And one team fight coming out for Urgottem, and they now have this Baron, and they're going to try to pressure these side lanes, maybe look for a little bit of split pushing with this Lucian in the top lane now.
Yeah, that was just such an amazing play from Sai. Like the flash combo, the flash pulverize to get the headbutt back into the team on Razorkin, delete the Victor. That's half your team fight presence damage gone already. That doesn't allow you to have the AoE fields that Victor could put out, the amount of damage that he could put out at this late in the game. And 35-701, yeah, he did get that wonderful encore, and that beat drop was very precisely placed, but the amount of damage was just lacking significantly because Razorkin got taken out. And we were talking about earlier how Mad City's composition ability to kite around, to kite back and draw out the fight. But that seemed to work into Urgottem's favor as Yanni was able to come in with that ultimate off the back of the 3-man pulverize that Sai got. And it was just like, yeah, y'all can run for sure. But they just couldn't get away as they had the speed, the empowered shields coming out from Shang, as well as the Shirelias coming out. Those are some fast bears and fast bulls because Mad couldn't get away.
Yeah, and we do see the Wit's End completed here for this Callista, so she's going to be able to avoid that burst that's coming out from Razorkin on this Victor here. And if she doesn't get bursted, I don't think anybody can kill her. There's not enough DPS damage that's going to be coming out and not enough CC. Also, if you think about it, like she needs to be CC'd up so she's unable to kite, but there's not enough CC to do that, and she's going to be able to run rampant in these team fights like we saw in that last one, you know, queuing forward, looking for those aggressive Callista plays. And we do see this third dragon being taken up by Yanni here for Urgottem. Going to put them on Salt Point.
Yeah, it's an easy take for him. Yanni can do it by himself. He's just, you know, he's a big buff bear right now. He went, hold up, do you see this build though? This is like one of my favorite Volibear builds right now. Adding in the Zonia's Hourglass on top of the Sunder is just so funny because you can come in there with the Stormbreaker, drop your shield, the Sky Splitter as well, and drop your Zonias, and you're just like taking up so much time because you're so tanky already and they just can't kill you. So him going this full-on monster build is just the icing on the cake, so to speak, because Yanni and Sai are two tanky boys that will not be dissuaded by the team composition that Mad has produced.
This tier 3 tower, inhibitor tower in the mid lane will drop.
Oh, they're going for the end. Yeah, there's the ultimate pops out of Callum, and here's the team fight view. Thank you for that. As everybody goes in, Stormbreaker down, well enter into the back, 35-7-1. Good encore into a great beat drop. Nutty Bars turning on to Yanni Yellow, going to get 2 shutdowns back to back. Mad City able to kite out this one, as Urgottem may have been a little bit overzealous with that initiation, trying to force the in there as they took the first inhibitor tower. I don't think they're going to be able to get a lot more. The shield bow has been popped. Can he kite out and heal enough? No, Callum will get shut down. Axum just putting down the work, as Regent has to watch the rest of his team die in front of him, as he's just going to dash and dodge and dip away.
Yeah, signs of life coming out here from Mad City. And beautiful encore again by 35701, multiple member encore. And I know we said they can't burst Callum here, but doesn't mean they can't burst the other members. This is a pretty squishy volley bear. He has some HP, but not, and a little bit of resistances, but it's not the normal, you know, chem tank volley bear that we're used to. And he will get bursted in team fights from this Victor, and that's exactly what we just saw here. He wasn't even able to. He did get the Zonias off, but nonetheless, he did get completely deleted there alongside Shanglu on this Karma. And these Ezreal Qs really sticking in these team fights once Karma goes down. So
yeah, definitely sticking around in these team fights, and it's just sticking to him. He has not as a tanky build, right? He's trying to go for that more damage poppy burst type build with his Sunder and Zhonya's. He has a little bit of resistance now, looking like he's going to build towards that Spirit Visage.
Yep.
So going to help negate a lot of the damage that Raisinkin and 35701 are pumping out. But the amount of physical damage that Axum and Javi and Nutty Bars, especially Nutty Bars, who does have, you know, the Sunder Muramana build going on, it's a deceivingly high amount of damage that he's able to pump out, and no thorn mails or anything to give him any sort of backlash or repercussion being present is kind of a itemization misplay on the side of Urgottem, you would think, because they're not going to be building lifesteal on these builds for real. So not enough lifesteal rather on the his build. So Nutty Bar's being able to free fire and do a lot of damage, but over the wall, Yanni smells blood in the water, and there's that go button, man. Regent gonna claim the kill on the Nutty Bar's encore, canceled out by that Zhonya's, and that's a big bear. He's still alive in the fight, full health. He charges forward, good 2-man pulverize coming out from Psy. The wind becomes lightning, will knock him back as Javi running away from the rest of his teams. Callum, full health, full mana, jumping around. This might be the cleanup that they needed for the first time that they tried. Regent on a rampage. Yanni gonna push him back. Callum flashing in. This man does not care. He is always flashing forward. He's gonna try to go for those kills as much as possible. The inhibitor's gonna go down, and it's just Raisinkin against the rest of this Urgottem lineup. Very long death time. He is full health. He is full mana. He's going to go ahead and give him, deleted instantaneously. Oh, man, take a bow, Urgottem, because that is the ace, and that is the rest of the base, and that is Urgottem taking game 1 in this series against Mad City.
Yeah, and Urgottem had a pretty dominant early game, and there was definitely signs of life coming out from Mad City here. You know, winning a couple of those team fights, 5v5 team fights, off the back of good encores, off the back of the play coming out from Axum, picking up 2 to 3 aces, bringing the game back a little bit, but unfortunately the engage was too strong, and the side of Urgottem were a little bit too far ahead, and they were able to, you know, pull that trigger again right onto Nutty Bars there like we saw, and he got completely deleted, and once that Ezreal's gone, the composition of Mad City kind of falls apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there at the end of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking about their ability to kite back and kite around and maneuver around these fights, but sometimes if there's a bear and a bull in your face, you're just not going to be able to get away. So it was just Mad City had a really good composition in theory if they could break even and then get ahead, but the comeback potential, like, holy cow. Urgottem was able to just jump on them and stay on them. That was the key there. Then being able to stick on them and not get bucked off, so to speak, and not being able to be thrown off was one of their win conditions. And you saw how it worked. It sometimes it didn't work, and then sometimes it did. If they timed it right, it was awesome. But if they didn't, then it just kind of fell apart, as you saw Mad City able to take some of the games away, or some of the fights away, rather, in the game. So it's just cleaning up, like, it's just such as the simplicity of their composition, the execution was just all there, and they were able to clutch out this first game. So as the teams, we're going to take a quick break as they get ready and reset for game 2. I will see you in a moment. So game two between Mad City, Wildcard, and Urgottem Evolved. We'll be right back. All right. Ivar, here we are once again doing this
Yes,
dance.
we're
Game two.
back
Oh
for
man.
game two. Teams did go through pro draft slash draft law, so this incline draft should be pretty quick. But let's see what they picked, what they banned. We're in the dark, just like you guys here. We do see the Shen ban, just like game one.
Yeah,
Ergodum still has to wait out this timer here for those two bans.
right.
We do actually require them to wait out the bans because a lot of these statistics that we will pull for our stats website um, tracks the bans, and if they just random ban something, it'll mess up that. So they're just going to wait these out. But we'll have a little bit of a sneak peek preview in our Discord here. Probably tomorrow, we'll probably be able to publicly post the new website for our stats. So make sure you to join the Discord. Link should be down in the panels there.
Yeah, everything in there. I just have that nice little plug going as we do wait out these bands. Mad City will take out the Akali for their ban. So Shin Akali, not letting those go across there.
What do you think Match City needs to change out from game one here?
Right. So honestly, their composition was it was a very good composition. I think it was an execution error for sure. Maybe go with a different type of jungler because Xin Zhao is pretty good at mid game aggression and whatnot. But the early game against the Volibear was just it wasn't having a good day. Javi was not having a fun time against Yellow. As we do have Urgottem gonna ban out the Nocturne after the Karma's taken out, and the quick pick for the top lane got the Aatrox and the Wukong, the Diana. See, I was about to mention the Diana. I was saying maybe change things out for Diana, something more dynamic. So yeah, Diana Lucian, that's scary to go up against in all honesty. But Urgottem, they're going to a pretty solid chart engage with the Hecarim and the Aatrox, picking up the Victor as well.
So it looks like the mid laners are gonna flip flop here. I'm gonna see Razorkin on the Lucian this time, and Regison on the Victor. Last game it was flipped, but like you
Yeah.
said, engage coming out from Urgottem, engage coming out from Mad City. A little bit of disengage with the Victor, but so far it looks like these first three picks are gonna be running at each other. Samira Hover,
I saw the hover.
the
Do it to
Vayne.
him. Oh man. Okay, so we already knew that Callum was a very brazen marksman player, and he's gonna show his guts even more with that Vayne pickup. And with Sai going to pick up that Lulu to pocket him, that's scary because we already know how Callum likes to play, and we know that Sai is very, very adept at sticking with his marksmen and making sure they stay alive in these fights and whatnot. But rounding out that composition with the Lulu was so good because you do have that wild growth, the whimsy, the shield help picks, like all of that support that you're gonna want to come out, and that's that pick that side has over that Lulu. Meanwhile, on the other side, Mad City, that's a dive comp. That's a dive comp with two self-sufficient marksmen
Yeah,
in the Lucian and Ezreal.
the Lucian and Ezreal definitely self-sufficient, able to self-peel. Like you said, I really like the Galio pick here. It it provides that like secondary engage, like Diana wants to go in with that Moonfall engage and
Yeah.
pop that Zonios, and if she buys enough time with that stasis, that Galio will be able to ult in, and will
Yeah.
will be able to engage. And we do want to point out here the Hecarim is opting for that ignite smite here.
That's interesting to see. I wonder if that was a misplay or not, or if we did that on purpose, because rarely do you ever see the jungle Hecarim taking Knight. I do see it on top lane Hecarims, yeah, but jungle Hecarim, you mostly see the Ghost or the Flash. Maybe he is running Spellbook, I don't know, but the Ignite is an interesting take for yellow if we did do it on purpose. But yeah, Mad City, they're showing the hyper engage composition playbook this time with the pickup of the Galio, Diana, and Wukong.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Axel in this Wukong here. He got a lot of good engages coming out with the Aatrox, and now having access to this, invis flank potential with the Cyclone, I'm really excited to see how he navigates through these fights.
Yeah, it's gonna be real fun to watch these two scrap because the quote unquote disengage that Urgottem has available. You know, the Lulu disengage with the Wild Growth and the Whimsy and the Slow, um, but also the zoning that uh, Regent's gonna provide with the Victor pick is it's something to watch because it's just two sides, like
Yeah.
last time Mad City was doing more of the disengage kite you around composition, but now Urgottem's doing it. It's going to be interesting to see how they play each other's playbook, so to speak, to show that both of these teams aren't just a one-dimensional team. They don't have just one button that they press to go.
Yeah, and the Galio also, we talked about how it can follow up the engage, but it can also play disengage with that taunt. If everybody's
Yeah.
piling on top of you, if you're able to get a multi-man taunt with the Galio, it can really turn the tide of a team fight, especially when, like, Hecarim, Aatrox are jumping in at you.
Yeah, definitely can turn the tide, and it's gonna be fun to watch these teams, especially in the early game. Like the Diana level 3 against the Hacker level 3, because they do have the self-sufficient marksman on the side of Mad City. It's the bot lane, the marksman can basically fend for themselves. Like you'd love to see that, but the amount of CC like to check on both sides, it's like the Galio is so pivotal. So like 7-on-1, he was doing some work on that Seraphine last game, but I feel like he wanted to go in a lot of those times, and I do feel that this Galio will definitely allow them to do that in a much better capacity than say the Seraphine will. Taking the flash ignite, no slash exhaust this time. So they're wanting to do as much damage and as much control as possible. And we'll have to see who he saves the heroic entrance is for, whether that is for the Diana of Javi or the Wukong of Axum, or even if he needs to peel something off somebody's back to give them that extra resistance so they can survive a 1 or 2 attacks, because most of the damage is going to be coming out from Regent on this Victor, as well as Callum doing that true damage on this Vayne. We're going to get into champ select. We're going to get into game loadout as we load to the spectator delay. So we can get into game 2 between Mad City and Urgottem. And guys, we will see you in just a moment. All right, here we go, everybody. Game 2, Urgottem Evolved, first Mad City wildcard. Let's get into it. Ivar, I am itching for this fight that's about to break out. These two teams are scrappy, and they showed us in that first game, and they're going to show us again in the second one. You best believe it.
Yeah. Sides have switched. Mad City is on the blue side here. Urgottem is on the red side now. And we talked a little bit about how these comps are both going to be just going at each other. Very little disengage. There's a little bit of sprinkles of elements in there, but they're just going to go at each other. So I'm very excited to see how explosive this game's going to be, because last game was pretty back and forth in terms of the kills, at least. And it was very exciting to watch. So
Oh yeah, very exciting to watch. We're going to see if they're going to try any intense level ones. Both of these teams could be pretty scrappy in the beginning, but hey, anything could happen. So we do have, just seems to be line of scrimmages set up. We just have wards being placed everywhere. Nothing too crazy. Nothing to start with. I do love Yanni Yellow on the Elderwood Hecarim skin. That's one of my favorite skins in the game. It's so beautiful and elegant. But he's going to start on that top side on the red. Going to have Javi start on the blue side for that Diana. As it goes, simplistic stuff.
something we don't see too often here, the support dropping that ward and backing and getting that sweeper, but we do see the side of Sai here, on the side of Urgottem, doing that, kind of like what junglers do. Drop that early ward and go back and get a sweeper.
Yeah, I do like that. You do see it in like the higher elo games and whatnot, mostly in amateur, collegiate. You see it in pro all the time because just to prevent the other team from getting that forward vision, and there's actually gold in your pocket. So good level 1 strat there. We do have Sai going airy on the Lulu with the stealthy start. Now I do know a lot of enchanter supports will go the relic shield with the Guardian if they're trying to, really play that pocket, the marksman style that most are known for. And also gives an extra little bit of health and sustain in lane because 701 and Nutty Bars are going to be bullies in this lane.
Yep. That's that Vayne matchup. You pick Vayne, you lose lane. That's usually how it goes here, and we're seeing we're seeing the effect of it here with Nutty Bars being able to arcane shift forward, aggressively put some poke damage out. We see a little bit of a roam coming out, ward placement coming out for 35701, but Hecarim may be looking for an early gank.
Yes, he is indeed. Yanni's here. No flash, no ghost, but the ignite is there. He's going to burn it himself. Oh, Racing Kid tried to flash forward to get the execute onto Regent, but no, he flashes for nothing. And that will be first blood once again. Going over to Urgottem Evolved and Yanni Yellow once again flexing those jungle muscles.
Yeah, and that ignite that we talked about in Champ Select for Yanni Yellow there comes out big, and he's able to pick up that first blood. And I kind of feel like Lucian should have known that that Hecarim was topside once that ward was dropped and the blue buff was still up. Didn't respect it, I guess. Still going a little bit aggressive onto the Victor, but nonetheless, he gets punished for it, and that first blood is going over to Urgottem.
Yeah, and once again, also mAAd bot lane of Nutty Bars and 701 playing quite aggressively up in their bot lane face as they were able to do in the last game as well. Nutty Bars, again, on Ezreal duty, has a good mastery of the champion, knows how to kite around and balance his passive along with his fluxes and whatnot. And so it's just a very steady lane. He actually has the exhaust on him instead of a heal for this game, as you do see sometimes into the Vayne matchups. And he gets it burned. Sai burns both summoners to exhaust and get out, but the ignite from 701 will tick down. But Callum, baby, that's the Callum effect. He's trying to get another kill before he goes down himself, but no, it will be a 1-for-2 trade. Matt City picking up 2 kills, but Urgottem able to pick up 1 on Callum in the end.
Yeah, and this huge wave is going to just go into the tower. Nobody's going to be getting it. So also a little bit of a gold loss coming out towards Urgottem here. That cannon's going to die as we zoom in on it.
Yeah.
Watching it take those tower shots, and it goes down.
So sad, so sad. Yeah, the wave's just going to crash into the tower, and a lot of gold lost for Callum, who would love to get those, but it happens. That's what happens when you die, guys. You lose waves. So, with that dive on the bot side, Mad City tying up the kill lead, basically just a little bit of sliver gold ahead. Gold lead, nothing too crazy, but Urgottem definitely still in a good position to keep this one in their favor.
We see the Darksteel being picked up here for the mid lane for Victor. Top lane's just pretty standard, just farming it out for now. Gonna make their impacts in team fights most likely. We do see the first dragon here spawning. Is this Infernal? I believe at the last game at this point, first dragon was taken pretty early from the side of Urgottem, but we do see a rotation coming out from Mad City. Flash taunt.
Flash taunt. Oh no, they're in there like swimwear. Nutty Bars. Arcade drifting forward, gonna pick up the kill on the side, who has no sums for him or Callum. They baited him. Ivar, you saw it. They pushed far up and they got baited.
Yep, and just like you mentioned in Champ Select, 35701 looked like in game one looked like they wanted to like engage on the Seraphine, but Seraphine's not really one of those champions that can really get into the nitty gritty parts of a team fight. And so far on this Gallia, looking a lot better. Pulling off 2 great engages for some kills. Yeah,
definitely the more the engaged type. As 701 jumping in, throwing down the ignite, that beautiful double taunt onto both parties, as we do have Yanni coming here to shore up some of this disadvantage. Nutty Bars, arcane shift, but he gets the ignite off. Is that going to be the kill? Yanni, you're showing me something special here, as that would be 2 kills going on. Callum's going to get the kill on the 35-701. The ignite Hecarim on Yanni Yellow to pick up another kill for himself.
Yeah, that ignite paying dividends twice already, picking up 2 kills for himself here, Yanni, on this Hecarim. And so far, this bot lane has been a complete fiesta, kill after kill after kill. I think the only other kill was in the mid lane, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but speaking of killing the mid lane, Regent trying to get a kill onto Raising Kin, Chaos Storm. Both are very low mana. No kill coming out for either. As Regent, he has flash. He's walking forward. There's a Luna Rush in, Moonfall, flash is flash for nothing. Yeah. And I am Hobby showing up, perfect timing, gonna get that kills. They rotate, looking over to Dragon.
We actually missed the solo bolo in the top lane,
Oh, there was a
looks like.
solo. Oh man,
Yeah,
yeah,
Axiom picks up that solo kill onto Shanglu here with the Wukong. And
man,
this dragon is going to be picked up by Mad City here. We see the animations coming off in the Fog of War, and
yeah.
uh, Nutty Bar's rotating over, and first dragon going to be secured.
Yeah, there's just no contest on the side of Urgottem, as we did have Yon Yellow top side. He's going to clear out that blue side jungle on the top. He's cutting his losses. They lose the first drag. They're going to get some farm in him, as he is trying to speed up to that mythic item as fast as possible. So, trade for trade, not like last game where Urgottem was definitely in control of all early objectives. Um, but yeah, we did miss that solo kill in the top lane between Axum and Shang Lu. Wondering how that happened, as we do have Yanni get engaged on. He doesn't have that life lead, but he does have the item lead and the damage for sure, as he does have the blue buff, extra cooldown, the flash over. He's in bad company now, but Shang Lu, he has popped the world ender. The ultimate also coming out from Axum, as this is shutdown coming over for Axum. He's up 2-0. This is a bad spot for Shang Lu. He tried to help out his friend, but he's going to get got instead, as there's a double kill going for Axum, and that is a big Monkey King right now.
Yeah, 3-0 on this Wukong in the top lane, and Axum's going to be poised and in position to take over this game. He did have a serious impact in the last game from behind, and now that he's ahead, I'm really, really excited to see what he does with it.
Yeah, it's one thing to fight against even Wukong. It's another thing to fight against an ahead Wukong, as Sai takes a big chunk of damage. Arcane shift forward from Nutty Bars. The perfect timing on the shield by Sai keeps him alive just barely, as he's going to have to get out of there. Rough fighting in the bot lane all around for Urgottem this game, as Nutty Bar's just flexing all over Callum, who's left by himself, can get dove pretty easily here. As we look at his mid lane fight real quick.
Just gonna use that relentless pursuit to get out of that graviton field, and we have a bloodbath. 11 kills in 9 minutes already.
Love it, love it. This good old LPL madness coming out in this game 2 here, as Mad City does not want to go home just yet. Urgottem trying to seal the deal, shut the door, as Regent getting collapsed on once again by Javi. Relentless pursuit forward for a Raisinkin. Not going to be the kill. Callum 1v1 versus Nutty Bars. Nah, here's Sai to back him up, as Nutty Bars will back off a bit. Yeah, first items Berserker Greets normally see on Veins to get that Silver Bullets proc out faster. Yanni shadowing. Uh-oh, there's the dash in, and the clone already used by Axum. And yeah, the Wreath's charge. Axum is ignited too. We see it once again. That's 3 times now that ignite on Yanni on this Hecarim on these ganks, just making all the difference. And that's the Herald was not picked up by Urgottem. It was actually picked up by Javi on the side of Mad City. So no Herald to help this top lane push, but they're going to get a few plates and back off.
And signs of life coming out from Urgottem. Definitely not just turning over and dying here from the scrappy early game. And they also have a shining light here on this Vayne in the bot lane. Up 10 CS, 2-1 and 1. Supposed to be a really difficult lane, but since their bot lane's having such a scrappy nature, we might see a mid lane gank maybe. No, nothing's gonna come out. But the scrappy nature was allowing her to be able to pick up 2 kills and helping her get these items a little bit quicker than normal.
Yeah, definitely allowing her to pick up these items quicker, and like Urgottem has a very scaly composition. You know, they have the Aatrox, they have the Vayne, as we were pointing out, and they have the Victor. He doesn't really come online until they get that 1-2 items. Regent, oh, okay, Racing can jump in as you know, he has backup. Flash taunt, knock up, Justice Punch. 35-701. Why did you play Seraphine in the last game if you're this good on engaged champions? Because man, oh man, he's definitely showing a night and day difference with the amount of work he's been able to get done on this Galio in this here second game.
We see the Herald pop just for plates there by Javi. Picking up 2 plates there, I think. Yeah, 2
Yeah.
plates. I don't know if it was I don't think it was a miscast. I think it was intentional. Usually you want to see this pick up, you know, first blood. Usually these just for plate heralds are dropped either if it's for dragon pressure. Oh, we see it engage. Oh, it's just gonna be condemned away. If it's either for dragon pressure or you know you're coming up close to that 14-minute mark and you just want to get some value from the herald. But nonetheless, a little bit of a gold influx for Javi.
Yeah, Golden Flux coming in for him as Mad City has complete control of this River Dragon area. Cloud Drake number one is spawning in about 25 seconds here, and Urgottem wants to try to put some sort of forward vision to contest. You do see they did have the ward just expire on the Rift Scuttler as Javi's shadowing Yanni. All the attention seems to be focused towards this bot lane, and it's looking like we're going to go for another fight here in a moment. Or is Urgottem going to go ahead and concede and give over this Cloud Drake?
Yeah, looks like there's going to be no contention, and there's going to be second dragon given over to Mad City. Opposite from game one, it looks like blue side's being able to pick up the early Drake pressure here for both games so far, and this is Mad City picking up the second dragon.
Yeah, they're picking up the second dragon, looking once again to this bot lane. They want to keep Callum as down as possible for as long as possible because they know once he gets that first item going, they know once he gets at least another kill under his belt, that's going to be a scary vein to contend with. And they have, I don't want to call it, the vein checker and the Diana and the Wukong, but they have a lot of tools to deal with Callum if he even missteps for just a second. So keeping a lot of this focus down here on the bot lane, while top lane Axum he's holding his own pretty well. He seems to be very self-sufficient on this 3-1 Wukong here. So Mad City sitting comfortably as they're trying to push the lead, push the tempo against Urgottem.
We're hoping he goes to this Hulk breaker here. Oh, we see it engage, condemn beautifully.
Yeah, well, so we do see an engagement on the top side. Good flash, but hit follows, baby. Axum ignited once again, taken out. Ooh, Shang Lu able to get the return kill as here comes Callum. Ooh, Justice Punch goes forward, just barely misses. The Wild Growth was popped. Callum doesn't have any mana, but he can chase him down. That Vayne passive is alive and well. Nutty Bar's low on health, low on mana. Saidasu, the big difference maker here, also low on mana on his end, whereas 35-7-1 can definitely shore up any of those differences. Both bot laners just going to say, forget about it and go their separate ways since the culling is burned in mid lane. Fights all across the map. Regent versus Razenkin. His first tower about to fall pretty soon in mid lane.
Yeah, I wonder if we're going to be able to keep up this 1 kill a minute stat that we have thus far in game 2 here. Need some more team fights.
We do. It's looking like another fight's happening here as they're looking towards mid. As top tower number one, first brick going over to Shang Lu and Urgottem as the Chaos Storm was dropped by Regent. Razenkin had to flash away. That's to summon her down, but Regent was tagged. Razenkin having to back out of the fight. These junglers, man, they're showing up exactly where they need to be. Is Javi and Yanni yellow. Ooh, missed the Crescent Strike. Not going to get the damage mark there. They're trying to hold on to this mid tower for as long as they can. Regent does have teleport, so he's probably going to recall, buy what he needs, and teleport back onto the map. As Javi's going to look around and just do some more farming as the second Herald has spawned.
Yeah, second Herald is spawning here, and we see some of these mythics coming in. We see the double Sunder on the side of Mad City for Wukong and Ezreal. We see the Locket coming out for 701 on this Galio. We see the Nashor's actually coming out for Diana, and that's not the mythic just yet. But still pretty standard. And the Gale Force coming out for Lucian on the side of Urgottem. Maybe a team fight here, actually.
Yes, going for the taunt, does connect. Wild Growth there. Moonfall gets two. Javi on a killing spree. Callum's condemned into the wall, gets the triple proc shut down. And yeah, Mad City, y'all gonna want to run now. Callum is on the pursuit. He does have the bolts. That is another kill, picking up two for him. Polymorph from, or rather, laser coming out from Regent as Nutty Bars is polymorphed, and Shang Lu here to show up. Tower fallen in the mid lane. Looks like Yanni's going to get them, dissuade them, trying to get another one in the tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 1, but tier 2 top probably going to get taken by Axum here as a big burst of fighting happens frenetically in the bot lane.
Yeah, and Vayne picking up 2 more kills here, and that's going to really put Vayne online now. And Vayne Lulu is something that's very scary. There's no the only hard CC is this taunt, and it's very easy to dodge. We're seeing a lot of the Justice Punches coming out from 701 being condemned instantly by Callum on this Vayne. So gonna be able to be pretty safe in these team fights and have the pocket Blue next to him to keep him topped off with those shields. So it's gonna be really difficult now for the side of Mad City.
Oh, Gale Force, Relentless Pursuit. Regent there with the double shield. That's that area ability. But Sai looks like he's going to get flashed on. Yep, there's the taunt there. Justice Punch, passive coming out. 35-7-1. He's saying, you know what? I'm going to take these kills for myself. Thank you very much. As both summoners burn to pick up 1 kill on the support. And yeah, Mad City, they have enough engaged, but the hard lockdown was what you're talking about there is lacking for sure. But it doesn't seem to matter as they still are up in kills, pretty even on gold here. But this doing just enough work as this Mountain Drake, we are on Mountain Rift. Mountain Drake number one going to spawn here in 30 seconds. Does not look like Urgottem is in place to try to contest this one.
Yeah. Um, the dragon is coming up, like you said, or got him 9 position. This is probably going to go over to Mad City. I do want to touch on the point that Victor had to go for the Seekers for the laning here.
Yeah.
So he's going to be delayed on this Luden spike that he would want. I think that might be part of the reason why they're... Oh, maybe not. They're looking like they're actually positioning towards this.
Oh my god, Callum, no way, no way. There's the Heroic Engine coming out. He's exhausted, going right into Javi, who pops him instantly with one initiation. Oh man, Onslaught of Shadows coming out. Yanni gonna take out Nutty Bar. This is a 3v3 situation. There's a Moonfall coming down. There's a double kill coming to pick up for Javi. That's a triple kill coming his way. Shang Lu on a killing spree himself. Yanni Yellow doesn't have enough health to get out of there with the red buff no matter what. He's going down. Axum gonna claim down on a killing spree as Mad City clean up that fight that they got aggressed on. And here is Regent trying to clean up something off the back half of that, but he's not gonna have enough damage with his current build to try to pick up anything as Mad City get 4 and a dragon off the back of that.
Yeah, 4 and the dragon, and that's going to put them on soul point coming up at 24 minutes. It should be where that 4th dragon will be spawning, and that's a mountain soul, so that's going to be very scary to give over this early.
Oh yeah, very scary indeed, and definitely scary to have a mountain soul on a Galio and a Diana and Wukong all diving in at you at the same time with that mountain soul shield and Urgottem not showing that prowess, that pace, being able to control objectives or even contest for them with vision that they were showing in the first game. And it's making you think, Ivar, that we are going to be going into a game 3 here pretty shortly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to call it just yet. There's still the vein scaling that is there for the side of Urgottem, and the gold lead is not too bad. It's a 1k gold lead for the side of Mad City, but that soul is available, and they're definitely looking more proactive than they did in game 1.
Yeah, looking more proactive, sure, but they're just getting outnumbered. The lack of vision really hurting them here. Shang Lu and Yanni getting aggressed on. They're getting split up. There's no tower for them to run back to as another shutdown coming out from I'm Javi. This is a big Diana, and we know once Diana gets some items and gets ahead, she can take over a game by herself, essentially. Is Yanni. He's going to have to try and relentless charge out of here. So he has to regroup with his team somewhere. He's could get to execute as nobody on Mad City has tagged him in the past 10 seconds. Yeah, he's running down. Looks like he's gonna try and run and regroup with Regent down here. As Raisinkin, he doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Not too sure just yet. Resinkin is going to be able to...
Chat and chases, baby, and seeks, baby. Yanni Yellow picking up another kill coming from top lane to bot lane. Mr. Worldwide, no problem gonna get that for him.
Yeah, up that kill. And my dream and my wish of 1 kill a minute, it's still alive. We're at 25 kills at 20 minutes. I'm going to keep track on this as this game goes by. But we do see the Vayne finishing that second item, has that PD completed. So those silver bullets are going to be coming out a lot quicker.
Yeah, and they're going to be doing a good amount of damage, that extra crit as well. And the reduction, from that one target. It's very good to be Callum right now on this vein. It looks like all the eggs are in his basket, but him and Yanni both sharing the 4-2-3 stat line. They are going to have to pilot their team to victory. And it's like we said, it's not all lost for Urgottem yet in the second game, but they have to get their vision game up. They have to get more wards on the map and cannot keep getting caught out in these undermanned situations because Mad City, they're showing up with 3-4 members at a time, and y'all got to have eyes on that if you're the side of Urgottem to prevent rather these deficits from growing any larger.
Yeah, and this Diana is huge. Has that stopwatch completed, finished her mythic now, the Night Harvester, has the Nashers already. So if Vayne mispositions where Lulu's not near her to keep her alive or exhaust the Diana, the Vayne will be deleted.
Right, and lucky enough, we were talking about Regent not having the items on that last fight. He has both his Ludens and Zhonya's completed now, as long as it's the ring too. So he's feeling frisky. He's going to take the 1v1 against Raisinkin. Flashes out, look at the dancing, and he gets the kill with the empowered auto.
Shield.
Baby. That shield, the Airy giving him the extra boost, the empowered auto, all of it working together. Flash out of the way, dancing lasers. There's the Arcane Barrage coming out from Nutty Bars. Doesn't get the kill, so he's already back. But aggressing on the mid lane, that's the ultimate pop. The Witching Hour coming out over the wall. Onslaught of Shadows barely connects. There is the taunt. And Yanni, yes, once again, get another kill under his belt as Axum running away from Shang Lu up here. World Ender is popped. He's running right into the arms of the rest of the team, essentially. Heroic Charge was popped. Here's Heroic Entrance, rather, coming in from 35701. He's going to think twice about that one, and Heroic escapes out to safety. As they, yeah, or got him. They're just starting. They're just starting it. They know there's 2 members down. 15 seconds for Nutty Bars to even up. There is no ultimate. Blue team has popped the Rift Herald. So mAAd City popping the Rift Herald to take out that last tower, making them commit. Shang Lu trying to do 1v1 over the side. They're turning off the Baron here just to take out as much as they can. The Moonfall coming down. Javi buying a lot of time with that stopwatch, but he's going to get shut down. It's 3 dead on the side of mAAd City as Urgottem just going to turn right back to this Baron. Shelly is still charging at the base, and we'll get one more charge off on this inhibitor tower, but Urgottem going to try and burst down this Baron and get that in their pocket, as we do have Dragon coming up in 30 seconds. All the objectives on the map going crazy right now.
Yeah, and that Vayne looks super scary in that mid lane. Just going forward, diving under the tower with no regard. He knows he has the Lulu shields, that wild growth, the movement speed coming out from picks to be able to go forward, and he has the support of the Hecarim, of Yanni Yellow and the Hecarim, just ulting over the wall to tank that second tower, and they're able to pick up 3 kills, that Baron, and
yeah,
they're actually in position to contest this dragon now.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. They do have Baron on them. They don't have a lot of waves pushing. The key, all the ultimate I'm seeing now. No, I believe all the ultimates are available on the side of Urgottem. This is sole point for mAAd City. They're gonna want to try and take this as much as they can, or they can just give it over if they don't want to fight it. But Urgottem, they have to fight for this. They cannot give this up. But the lost fight could mean the game, as Shelly was able to take 2 turrets by herself, essentially. And we do have the fight started. Callum immediately pops Javi, and going into the back line is Yanni Yellow. Onslaught of Shadows pop. Him and Shang Lu jumping on. Regent on a killing spree. Gonna take down 35701. Vayne online. Callum looking forward, going for that pursuit passive, and he's running under the tower. He does not care. There's the knock up. Gonna get the double kill credit going over to Regent, as that's it. But Razenkind going for the base, going to try and take out an inhibitor, going for the hero play of some sort to try and give his team something. No, the Ignite once again proving to be a pocket pick advantage for Yanni Yellow, as that's an ace coming in for Urgottem. That is the Baron online for them, and that is prevented Dragon Soul going over to Urgottem.
Yeah, and the soul, like you mentioned, was prevented, and the gold lead actually swung 5k in favor of Urgottem. Huge Baron power play.
Yeah, huge Baron power play. They're gonna try and get something else off of this with this one cannon minion they have in the tier 1 mid lane tower, but Regent down here on this Victor can take towers pretty easily. He does have that Sheen now, looking like he's going towards that Lichbane. Lichbane Airy Victor is honestly one of the scariest things you have to deal with. So he can basically 1v1 a lot of them. So.
Yeah. And you know, it's kind of mellowed down a little bit. I'm gonna touch back to it again. 35 kills, 25 minutes. I'm a happy camper.
This is crazy. Yes, kills galore. Gotta love to see it. And the gold swinging back in the favor of Urgottem. mAAd was hanging on for a long time in the lead, but those 2 fights were just able to go on, the scaling side that we were talking about, the scaling composition that Urgottem had with the Vayne and the Victor, and also with the Aatrox, who does now have, he has the Gourd Drinker and the Thornmail online, plus the Steel Caps. He's taking a lot of reduced damage from this mostly physical damage composition. Yeah, there's a lot of AP damage and magic damage coming out from Javi over here on this Diana, but it's not really doing much. As well, I say that as Razenkin able to use the Cullen and take down 3, and that's an amazing heroic entrance, plus the taunt coming out from 35701, and mAAd City on the back foot right now with the reduced damage. Oh my god, the world ender coming out from Shang Lu, able to keep them in there with the stopwatch, keeping them alive as Razenkin going on the region 1v1. Tails all this time is in round 15, but that's another double kill coming out for Regent as he gets another kill over his mid lane opponent. 3 for 2 situation overall, but Shang Lu, he isn't done yet. Gets taunted up, taking all the reduced damage. Nutty on the side, that damn, oh, the double hit. He's still alive, he won't go down, and that's another ace going out for Urgottem. Man, oh man, talk about the itemization and the damage that Shang Lu isn't taking. Nutty Bars is basically killing himself while auto-attacking this man, and it's healing coming back out from the Gore Drinker, from the stats that Shanglu has on his Aatrox, and that's going to be them taking out the inhibitor tower of Mad City. Got them. They are back in this game.
Yeah, and I wanted to touch on right before that fight started. I wanted to touch on. Oh, actually, Axum TP's in. Might be
Does
some
TP.
action here. Another
There's
TP.
another TP. Raisin Kid on the back as well. Everybody's very low. Regent still does a lot of damage. The flash forward, the knockup's there. The Zanya's Hourglass to buy time. The Chaos Storm on top of him. He goes in, gets the shutdown, but Raisin can get out? Yes, he is. He does have Relentless Pursuit up a second, but gets condemned into the wall. Callum, oh my god, that damage. Good TP's in to try and get something back, but will that hurt more than it will help on the side of Mad City?
Yeah, I mean they get their shutdown, they get some of the Magi stacks, but I don't know if that was worth a little bit of desperation play. It feels like I wanted to touch on like before that first fight we just saw, not the tail end with the TPs. We saw the side of Urgottem itemized towards going for that throat. We saw the stopwatches being built, the GA being built, and the magic resist importantly for Vayne coming out here
Yes.
towards that wit's end. They knew they were in a position of power and they wanted to force a fight, so they bought all these stasises to prolong that fight in their favor. And we saw Hecarim go down and come back up and had a serious impact after coming up from that GA. We saw the stopwatch being used by Shanglu here on the Aatrox, and we saw him barely live at the end of that fight as well. And now he has the GA finished, so he's
Yeah.
going to be huge in the next team fight.
Yeah, Aatrox may not have that revive passive anymore on his ultimate, but that Guardian Angel will still help him all the same. So now Urgottem evolved with a solid lead, trying to put the finishing touches on this game too and get themselves that 2-0 victory so they can go on to the next round. Dragon is spawning here in about 45 seconds, Baron in 20. It's a decision right now because we have to see what Urgottem wants to do. Do they want to prevent the soul from Mad City and take that, or do they want to try to make Mad City make the decision between Baron and the Soul? It's such a different it's such a difficult task right now, Ivar, and it's looking like they're choosing to go for the Baron first while they still have 25 seconds before this dragon spawns. They're going to try and burst it out as fast as they possibly can, and they can do it with that Vayne. Look at that. The True Shot Barrage hit Callum, but didn't even burst his shield, and that's the Baron bursted down. Urgottem is in the lead. The Shurelius has been popped. That's a speedy horse who does jump straight onto Nutty Bars, gets exhausted. Let's have the Ignite available. Shanglu holding off two people by himself. The Barrage going on in the back, Heroic is going on in the background as Callum takes out Javi, who tried to delete him. Seven showing up to his death as the ultimate coming out from Axum. This might be the desperation play we were talking about. Side Desi claims the kill credit, give it to the support. Raisinkin off by himself. Nutty Bar still alive somehow. But this is probably going to be the end game for Urgottem Evolved, as they do have the Baron. They do have all the kills under their belt. They have 5 strong marching forward. Not a single man dropped in that last fight. And yes, Mad City tried. They came. They were doing well in that first half. But Urgottem got their groove back, got the lead back, and got their kills back. And this will be Urgottem Evolved taking down Mad City Wildcard in the 2-0 here in this round 1.
Yeah, Urgottem definitely came back into the game here in game 2, but I really want to give some props to Mad City. There was definitely a little bit of a rank disparity in this uncapped tournament. The side of Urgottem Evolved were definitely heavily favored here, and the side of Wildcard definitely, held their own against them. Even in game 1, they were swinging back after the early lead from Urgottem and going toe-to-toe in these team fights, and they were able to get a significant lead in the game 2 here. So huge props to them, and congratulations to Urgottem on advancing to the semifinals.
Yes, congrats to Urgottem for sure, and props to Mad City for trying their hardest. It was well, like we were saying, that the second game was very close for them. If they had the ball and held on to it to be able to force a game 3, the compositions they picked were very good and just solid compositions all around. But the execution just wasn't quite there in some of these fights, and it really did seem like this second game they were going to be able to force a game 3 and push Urgottem Evolved to their limit essentially, but which is not the case on some of these fights and the scaling of nature composition that Urgottem had.
The big came online and had the peeling available, and they were able to, pull out that victory and advance to semifinals.
Yeah, advancing the semifinals, they will indeed. Do we have any word on our other matchup to see who will be Moving on, I do know that Urgottem, they're going up against Nightless in the next bracket, right?
Not Nightless. Urgottem will be versing the winner of Mercenaries Wayne State. I can check for you right now,
Gotcha.
actually. Mercenaries won, so it's going to be Mercenaries versus Urgottem on the bottom side of the semifinals. And then for the stream game, we're going to have Glaive Esports Prime taking on Nightless Esports.
Um, Two bangers ready to roll. So, with that being said, we do say goodbye to Mad City. They came, they showed out, they tried their hardest, but unfortunately, it was not the case. We're going to take a break, guys. We're going to get these teams loaded in for our next featured game, which will be Glaive Esports Prime versus Nightless Esports. That's going to be a banger of a matchup, just as this one was. Y'all stay tuned because we have some more fun games here for you in this Aegis Invitational.